I need to flip myself. Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Live with Hannah and Hayley. I'm going to just invite Hayley to join now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just invite Hayley to join now. Give me 1 second. Invite. Okay, Hayley is invited. So this is our weekly Tuesday live. Hey, Hayley, I added you to join, so hopefully you should see an invitation there. Oh wow, look, so many people are joining. Oh, I see Hayley is coming. That was our most seamless start. Yeah. Oh. Week 3, third time's a charm, and we got it.
You're just going to have to bear with me.
We are multi-platform streaming.
We are multi-platform streaming, but now it doesn't want to do it.
So we're aiming to go on YouTube as well, but this is our weekly. We'll be showing up here every Tuesday, as you now know. It's lovely to see so many people starting with us to answer your questions. Anything about money, actually. If you have any questions ever during the week that you want us to answer, do share them during the week. Send a message to the Instagram account, but we also always share a specific Q&A box on a Monday on the grid and the stories. And this week's about manifesting more abundance, the how of manifesting more abundance.
Yeah.
Are we good on YouTube?
We are good. It's just loading. It's loading. It's setting it up. It's done.
I love
it.
Hayley is the tech queen, and I'm so grateful.
There we go. Welcome everybody to our Tuesday live on Instagram and YouTube.
So you can catch us on either place.
Yeah.
We answer all of your questions about money, abundance, and
and the how that we do it. And it's really exciting because since we last saw you last week, we have had our first official wealth date, which is our new monthly call, and it was absolutely amazing, wasn't it, Hayley? It was incredible. Over 600 of you signed up. Like, thank you so much. Our heart is so
I am still buzzing, absolutely buzzing, because it was just incredible. Absolutely incredible. We've had such incredible feedback. Such incredible feedback. People connecting money, how they're seeing money, how they're talking to money, and this is what we want. We want that connection with money for you. So,
Hannah.
Yes. Today we are focusing on how we manifest more abundance. Yes. And we got some lovely questions. Sorry?
This is the number one question, right? The how. How do we do this? Everybody says how, but how.
Yeah, and I had somebody, because I think there's a couple of similar questions that kind of overlapped, because one that I received was how do we specifically manifest money without knowing the how that it's gonna come in. And I think you had a similar one, which was about keeping the faith. Was it, Hayley?
Yes, like how when you feel. Was it? Are you meaning that? Okay, well, let's go in order, and then we can.
Let's go in order. Yeah. So, how do we specifically manifest money when we don't know the how? When we don't know how it's going to come in, like how do we begin to manifest more money? Well, when it's manifesting, and whether it's manifesting money or manifesting anything, but particularly with money, this seems to be one of the things that we get more fixated on the how, is going into this place of trust. And I think with money, we maybe get more fixed on the how, and our brain really wants to know the how, because it's something that we're using every day. We see every day the impact of money on our lives. We feel the impact of money on our lives every day. So when it comes to manifesting, the key to manifesting, and manifesting successfully, because we're always manifesting, but manifesting the things that we desire, it's like not having the attachment to it. So it's being able to separate, which is why it tends to be easier to manifest, like, you think of a certain kind of car that you want to see or you want to have, and then you start seeing them everywhere you go, because you're not attached to whether you see a black Mercedes in the street. It does, but it's just like nice. But when it comes to money, we're using it to pay our bills, we're using it to buy our food, we're using it to do everybody mostly is using money in some form each day. So we want to be able to release the attachment, and it's really going into the place of trust, which takes practice, doesn't it?
It takes
practice, trust, building up. It's like,
as we say, I think
each and every week it's like going to the gym, building
that muscle of trusting that money will show up. But Hannah, I really want to come back to that word that you said. The key word is alignment
for me.
Yeah.
When we are in alignment with what we truly desire, then things show up as if by magic.
Yeah.
Truly, I feel at the moment I am in my flow of everything, and everything just works, and everything I ask for is like instantaneously showing up because I am in the flow. Now, how do we get into the flow? How do we get into alignment? I think this is something that myself, Hannah, and Jody have really been discussing. Like, how do we get clear on where we want to go? And in this world, it's so noisy.
It is so busy.
We're constantly bombarded by things. And a whole lot of BS as well, right? And for me, it's that daily practice. Daily practicing of dropping into the energy of what I want my life to look like. Because that's where it starts for me. Is what do I want my life to feel like? That's the energy, right? The energy of your life. And when you create from that space of energy, that is where you are in true alignment, because you feel into it. And when you feel into it, it's so much easier.
And you know what, can I share a personal story? Because it always seems to happen whatever topic we're ever talking about on anything that we're doing, something happens to me in my personal life, so I can share it. So yesterday, well, anyway, for the last couple of weeks, and I shared a bit more about this on the Wealth Day, I found myself experiencing some kind of older shadows and fears around scarcity. And like, even though at the moment there's all these huge opportunities for much more to come, and much more is coming, but I don't have the nitty-gritty specifics yet. You know, I don't have the exact how, but I do know that it's coming. But meanwhile, I found myself in the not knowing, and this is where we're talking about trust and alignment, going back into some old scarcity feelings. And particularly, I have a very expensive dental appointment coming up, and I was going around in circles in my head as to whether, do I say yes to the appointment? Do I cancel it? Do I, all this kind of, all this backwards and forwards, exhausting feeling. And that feeling of lack and overthinking, it's not pleasant. It's not a nice feeling. So then when it came to I had this moment of, okay, just pause for a second and feel this scarcity, feel this panic, feel all the feelings of, if I have to cancel because I can't afford it, the shame and all the stuff that can, I should be spending the money on something else, all that. This does not feel good. I don't want to feel, this is not the way I want to feel. How do I want to feel? But, I want to feel expansive. I want to feel free to just, how does the highest version of me, how does she deal with dental appointments? Well, it's like, obviously she confirms the dental appointment because my health is my priority, and I'm not worrying about nitty gritty and should I be buying something else with my. So I went into that feeling, that felt good. That felt lovely. That felt just like really free and aligned. I confirmed the dental appointment, and just suddenly everything seemed like, just of course. And I was like, and everything's going to show up. My husband comes back having been out, and he had unexpectedly received a sum of money that it was completely random. It was completely not expected. And it's like that happened because of the energy shift that I experienced. I don't believe that if I had stayed in that scarcity mindset and that fixating on the how and fixating on the lack and instead I went into this like gratitude for just everything and this the aligned feeling, and then this shift happens, and it was like boom. And
I know.
Yeah. And that when I look at my life and when I look since I started doing any of this money work, there's so many experiences of that. There's so many times that happened. So the first step, it's really that awareness, isn't it, of how we're feeling, and are we aligned? Like, what's the vision? What is it you want to, you want to manifest 1 million, or you want to manifest 5,000, or you want to manifest? How does that version of you that already exists, how do they behave with that amount of money? And we have to start embodying that now, before the money comes. And then people will say, but how do I live as if I have the money when the money doesn't come? Because I can't really, I can't really book a holiday, or, what. It's about the feeling. It's about It's about the way that version of you, who it's not stepping into that version, it's that version of you is there, but it's like, how do they walk down the street? How do they talk about money? How do they deal with, and
how do
they
don't trust?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. How do we have fun? But it was brilliant, because it was like, and then looking at that part of me that wanted to go into all that fuss and like wanted to go into all the stories of, poor, and then you kind of just have a little bit of a laugh at that part of you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, like
it's just a story. It's just a story. And
I'll tell you a fun story of mine. Like so every day, daily practice, connecting with my body, connecting with earth, the universe, money. And just this day, we required an amount of money to pay for something. And I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to have to ask my dad for help? And it just felt quite sticky. Anyway, so in my morning practice, I just dropped in with money, and I was like, how much fun can we have today? Where can you show up? Like as if by magic, come through my front door. And I literally said those words, come through my front door. And I just left it. I had a conversation with my dad like an hour or so later, and I kind of got the feeling to ask, so I didn't ask. The postman arrived like 2 hours later, came through the door, and there was a check for the exact amount of money that we needed.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't even know they still lived here in the UK. And so I was like, oh my God, money literally came through my front door. But I wasn't attached to the outcome.
Yeah.
I was just in the feeling of, okay, money, let's play. Where can you show up today? For me, in what do I need to be in order for that to happen?
Yeah,
right. I'm tripping over my words today. And it's just, I know it's so difficult when we're in the lack to let go of the attachment, to let go of that, but I need it. I need it now. And speaking from experience, the only thing that you can do is let go and surrender to it. And just be in that space. Go, okay, this is where we are now.
Yeah.
And what is the feeling that we want it to become?
Yeah.
What is that feeling that I want to experience with money and my life in a different way? And that, for me, it always comes back to that.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's lovely. I just love all that. I love those stories. We should do a whole collection of them and share them bit by bit, because there's so many, of these brilliant. Fabulous. So it's like, have fun, trust. And I love, Deborah just shared a comment a moment ago. She said, I love the phrase, remember your future. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Remember your future. It's like all the things that we desire, that we dream of, that we imagine, they exist already. So the thought is there. The chances that they exist. So it's just about us, and I say it's just, but it's us just upgrading our frequency and embodying the life. And when I look at my life now, it is like astounding that things that I had written about happening in the first person a couple of years ago, they happen now. And it's really important to remember that sometimes, how far we've come. So yes, so that was what I think we've answered there, the first question, the how. And of course, when we go into manifesting as well, our subconscious plays a huge role in this. And this is something, again, that we talk about, we're always going to be talking about on the Wealth Date, because our subconscious is super, super powerful. I've just been writing about this in a journal of mine also, and it wants to keep us safe. It wants to stay in the familiar, even if the same and the familiar is not comfortable to us. Even if change is better, our subconscious wants to keep us in the same place. So if we're used to lack and scarcity, and we're used to fixating on how something comes in and needing to figure everything out in our head, that's what becomes comfortable for us. So the more that we get self-awareness, and sometimes it's just like asking the question, what's my relationship with money like? That opens up the awareness. The minute we open up the awareness of, oh, actually, then we start seeing what's happening in our subconscious, because our goal is to get our subconscious on board with our conscious. So then the things that we desire consciously can come in, you know, because if we consciously want more money, yet we're subconsciously afraid of more money, or think that people with more money are bad, or think that bad things are going to happen to us if we have more money, or, you know, then we block it. So it's a conversation that we're continually exploring and talking about more and more, and really looking forward to sharing more with everybody. Yeah, just felt called to say that. Hayley, what's next?
What is next?
And thank you everyone for being here. It's lovely. And if you want to leave questions in the comments while you're on live, feel free to.
Yes, please do. And I see we have some live viewers on YouTube. Well, hello.
Hello, YouTube. My 7-year-old son will be very excited. Or maybe
so,
not.
One of our questions from Bianca is, why do I go
forward and then take 10 steps?
How do I move on from this pattern? I feel like I've tried
everything.
Okay, do you want to go first, Hayley, with that one?
So for me, it's coming back to the
pattern, right? What you were just talking about
is that comfortableness. It's oh, look, I'm moving forward, I'm changing, and then that fear, that doubt, everything pulls us back. Like, no, you're not safe. You're not safe. Come back to safety. Come back to safety. You kind of have to sabotage
yourself to prove
that you can't do it, that it's not safe. And look, it never works out for me because yes, I may manifest 1 or 2 things, but then I end up back where I started. So for me, it's about that sabotaging yourself. And I mean, we could go really deep with this and speak about, you know.
My head is going shadows. I want to talk about shadows, but we need a whole hour to talk about shadows.
And everything
that holds us in this position of safety,
as Hannah said, even though it may be freaking uncomfortable, it's a known place. So a known place is safe. Like what's the favorite saying, Hannah? Better the devil we know than the devil we don't know.
Completely. And you know, and I think because we are so complex, incredibly complex humans, I was talking to my husband about this earlier. I said, we're so amazingly complex, but we're also so basic, and we have such primal like instincts also. And and that's why this work, and I don't even want to call it work, because I think sometimes it feels like it's like this thing. And there's actually a question related to that, like, oh, more work, but working on creating a positive relationship with money, working on healing, expanding, whatever we want to call it, it's going to be really uncomfortable at times. It is going to take us places. Like for me, just to touch on the repeated pattern for me for years and years was, no matter how much money came into my bank account, I would end up in the same place at the end of every month. There would also always be the stress of scarcity, of not having enough, the shame of having to ask for a loan from somebody, and I realized there was a part of me, this shadow part of me, that loved that. And again, very subconscious. Consciously, you'd be crazy to want to love that feeling. I want to keep making it happen. But there was a part, you know, and so, but to explore shadow work is quite it's a big thing. It opens up lots of things. And that's why you really want to be a part of, like, a community. You want to be supported doing this. It's a consistency. And this is why things like, whether it's the Magnificent Money Academy that we run, or whether it's the wealth dates that we do each month, and whether it's that you're a part of our Magnificent Money community, the Magnificent Money portal, like to be surrounded by people doing this and to feel like safe as you discover more, because awareness is the key. When we can, because a lot of people don't even realize they're sabotaging. They don't even realize there's a repeated pattern. When we see there's a pattern, and then we have to go, okay, right, I'm going to be brave enough now to take responsibility for this. It's not blaming yourself, it's not shaming yourself, but it's going, I'm going to be responsible for choosing how I move forward. I'm going to be responsible for choosing to change this pattern. And sometimes it shifts so quick, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't have to be always really, really hard, but it will generally be uncomfortable. And the expansion is continual discomfort in a way, like each time we expand and move to a new financial level. But Bianca, I would say the fact that you see it, I would look at it closer with curiosity, with fun, with playfulness. Like, what is this repeated pattern that I do? Like, actually look at your bank account and see, can you see that exactly when something, you know, is there something happening in your life that then suddenly makes you behave a certain way with money? Like, look at it with curiosity, with a ton of self-compassion. just to sort of like a detective looking for the clues, and then start thinking, and then once you see it, you're able to do the work, and you're able to set the intention to release it. And you know, you're on this journey. Well done for being here. Like, it's not an overnight fix, is it, Hayley? It's not a
no, that's what I wanted to touch on. You said
calling it work, and
it's not work, it's your daily practice.
it's a way of life. Yeah,
it's like eating food every day to sustain your body. It's to sustain your money flows, sustain the lifestyle that you want to live, right? It's by connecting
to money and
practicing daily with money. So my tip,
Bianca, would be to Ho'oponopono.
The Ho'oponopono prayer is a prayer for forgiveness. It's Hawaiian. It's just so beautiful. It's I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Thank you. I love you. And it's not that you are forgiving or blaming somebody outside of yourself. It's all of the energies
that are entangled
and release and let go and shift and change. You're forgiving yourself, you're forgiving money, you're forgiving the patterns, you're letting go of all of it and just embracing it all. And you will be amazed. You can use this prayer for
absolutely anything.
Relationships, oh my goodness. Every time my sister and I used to fight, I would use this prayer and it would dissolve the tensions.
It does something magical. I told my mum about it, and she's like Ho'oponoponoing everything, and she keeps saying, like, it's amazing. It's and you just, I mean, I just don't let my brain go even to how it doesn't matter. It just really frees and it cleans. When we talk about sort of like cleaning the energy, clearing the energy, it does that. It's incredible. I just want to read a couple of really good, lovely comments here. Amber said, absolutely recognize the sabotage, managing to lose money just at the point where I could be comfortable. Yeah. And yeah, so did a bit of detective work on that. And Deborah says, the fear of being greater. I feel that fear. Okay, sorry. I feel that fear too in my subconscious, but I work on that again. And now after months of not showing up, I'm here in this life. Oh, amazing, amazing, Deborah. Just love how the universe reflects who you are. And that is it. Like, we have so many fears, like we have fears, subconscious fears of success and so many things, which there's reasons, the things that are happening in our life that we perhaps don't like, if they keep repeating, there's a reason that they're happening. In some way, they're serving us. In some way, they're protecting us subconsciously, and it can be a huge contradiction from what we're seeing in our head. And yeah, like it come join us in the Magnificent Money Portal, which is our amazing community. And simply to be a part of it, all you have to have done is purchase something from the Magnificent Money store or been on one of the programs. So like literally, if you decide to join us for the next Wealth Day, the link is in the bio, or sign up for the year with them, you would get an invitation to join the Magnificent Money Portal, where we have an amazing 21-day meditation experience. The vibe is just wonderful. Yeah, so just shout out to our gorgeous everything we have available. I have here a question which I think links in really nicely as well to what we were saying. This is from Erska, who says, sometimes, not always, but sometimes this all feels like a lot of work. Working on my business, my relationship with money, with my body, with myself. Some days I'm in flow, and other days it feels too much to juggle. And she also says, I don't want to be too overly organized and fixated on doing specific structured things every day and feeling like very fixed. But so she's wondering if we have any suggestions on how to deal with the days that it feels like overwhelming. And I think for me, it comes again straight to what we've been talking about, which is embodiment. It's like some days I do loads of individual different tasks to do with my relationship with money. Other days it's much less specific, depending on how I'm feeling, how I'm flowing. But it's like, what can get you into the feeling fast enough, quick enough? What can get you into the feeling of alignment and flow? It doesn't have to be that you've got a huge long checklist that you're ticking off and doing. And sometimes you'll find we can get very in our head and do all the work, but be like, why are there no results? And it's because, well, we're not actually connecting to the feeling. We're not embodying what it means to be this version that has all these things. And for me, what has always been really helpful, and I'm actually writing a new one at the moment, is like a really short script where I write in the first person how I'm feeling, everything, like the vibration, the energy that I want to put out around every area of my life, and read that. And that's enough but sometimes a piece of music is enough. It's like, what can get you into that So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Like, oh, on the days I do everything, I'm doing really well and creating a really positive relationship with money. And on the other, oh, if I'm not doing it all, it's a waste of time or I'm failing. It's not that. It's embodiment, isn't it, Hayley?
Absolutely.
And you know, it doesn't have to take you hours. I have a 20-minute practice.
That's it.
Yes.
While I'm out and about shopping or whatever it is, I'm thanking money and little things like that. But my 20-minute morning practice is it, where I connect my body with the earth, the universe, with money, and drop into the vibration of what I want to create that day. And so that each day is fresh, right? Like, what do we want to create today? Because maybe it's not actually what you thought.
Yeah.
When you give yourself that space, so much more can come through you. So much more can come through you when you're not in your thinking mind. Let go of the thinking mind, drop into your body and play. And so start with 5 minutes a day. If you don't have a practice already, start with 5 minutes a day where you do something that is connecting you to money, whether it's walking outside, if you have a balcony or beautiful window or something where you can step outside and go, good morning, world. Hello, money. I'm inviting you in today. How can we play? And I'm inviting money to show up in ways I never imagined possible. Like, amazing, done, fantastic. And how does that make me feel? Woohoo! That makes me feel on top of the world, right? And then, as you say, put some music on if you want to. My son comes in, he's got headphones, he's got headphones for his birthday, and now this is his new thing. Let's have music in the morning, Mom, and we dance. Yeah, it's a beautiful way to start the day. So it doesn't have to be work all the time. Just find little ways to connect. This is why I pick up Wealth Dates. So just so freaking phenomenal, because it's a relationship with a partner, a spouse, husband, wife, whatever it is.
Yeah.
How would you connect with them during the day? Maybe some days you don't connect with them a lot because you're really busy in your business or kids or whatever. But you always say hello in the morning, right?
Yeah, completely.
And you always say good night and how's your day? So why isn't different?
Yeah. Exactly. It's finding, and these are all, they're new habits. It's a new way. And in the beginning, it takes a while to get them to be the thing that we consistently do, that they're not something that we even have to think about. It's just something that you start to, that you naturally do, that you just naturally do, like you brush your teeth. Like you wouldn't get up and go about your day without brushing your teeth. It's just a thing. But in the beginning, when little kids are taught to brush their teeth, they don't want to brush their teeth. They have to be reminded to brush their teeth, you know, like, and we can start these things. And sometimes when they start to make a difference, we then go, oh yeah. You know, we do it with supplements. You know, take a supplement, it's brilliant. I feel amazing. This supplement's really helping, and then you stop taking it. It's like, and that is, and I know, like, we keep talking about the Wealth Date because we are so passionate about this, like, because it's the consistency, it's the community, it's the strengthening the muscle to keep reminding ourselves and to carve out that time in a world where many of us live in lack when it comes to time. Actually, like we have a scarcity when it comes to time, and are very good at filling time with maybe things like scrolling on Instagram. You know, like if we all have 10 minutes. That's what I'm trying to say, really. We all have 10 minutes to give to money. We all have 10 minutes to give to our relationship. We all have 10 minutes to give to ourselves. And I said to somebody earlier today, I don't think it's not so much about quantity of time that we give things. It's about quality of time that we give things. It's about, you know, do we need to spend 24 hours a day with our children? No, they don't need that. Do they want 30 minutes of quality, pure present time with their parent rather than 10 hours of, oh, yeah, in a minute. Yeah, you know, does money want us to be, do we have to be, you know, loving money consciously every second of the day? No, but do we commit to just saying thank you every time we touch money, every time we tap our card? Yeah, that's, you know, it's the quality of what we're doing. I
love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Quality. And
I love
this comment. My work starts at 6 a.m. Let's see how the
neighborhood would react me. The time on my balcony. Good morning. You may them. You may inspire them.
You never know.
Right?
Yeah.
And I saw another comment saying you were part of the projector training. Yes, if you were part of the projector training,
you are welcome in the Magnificent Money portal. Please
message on Instagram to us, and we'll send you a link for you to join us.
It's a gorgeous community. It's absolutely it's amazing, and there's support from myself and Hayley and the gorgeous Abby in there as well, and of course the community support each other as well. So it's just so nice to have this place to have, like we've talked, a lot of people, we're not, we don't talk about money so much in our wider space. I think we've gone a little bit over, but do we have another question? I think we do. Hayley?
We do. I was just going to
say today. Excuse me, thank you.
I think we've covered all of them. So how do I keep the faith? How do I start manifesting with unresolved limiting beliefs? So we have pretty much discussed all of this. So I'll just give you my top tips, and then maybe Hannah, you want to give your top tips for manifesting. So I would use the Ho'oponopono prayer. Try it with everything, or even with one thing, and see what a difference it makes in your world. And then the visualizing, as in your part of your daily practice, connecting with yourself, dropping into your energy, and visualizing abundance flowing into your world. It doesn't even have to be
specific things. It's just the energy.
I love energy. Energy is my thing. So just allow that energy to trickle your body, to move through your cells, to tickle your taste buds, and enliven you, and just play with the energy of money and yourself and what you can create. So those are my two, and align with what you are wanting.
Okay, yeah, love it. Well, my top tip, and it came to me now when I was thinking, I would say, especially if not especially if you're at the beginning of this journey, wherever you are on your journey, is I would take for 3 days, have a little notebook or something that's around, and pay attention, honest attention, to how you speak about money, how you think about money, and how you feel about money. There's no judgment here at all. No, and you don't have to do huge long journaling. You can write lots if you want, but words, literally. So when a bill comes in, what feeling comes into your body? Write that down. How are you talking about money throughout the day with other people? What are the conversations like about money with your friends, with the people in the supermarket, with your husband, your wife, your partner? Like, how are you? What is the energy at the moment you are putting out when it comes to money? And then it's about looking at how you can, if you're speaking in a negative way, or I think we all have times that we could improve. It's looking at how to flip it and how to raise the vibration of the way that you're feeling. But taking an honest look helps us then get a clearer idea of where we actually want to be. So an honest look, get awareness of the situation now, with loads of love and compassion for yourself and money and everything, because everything is exactly as it's meant to be right now. It's all, whatever's happened in the past, it was all meant so that we're all here now together exactly where we are. Oh, it's been a pleasure. It goes by so quick every week.
I know,
way too fast. Yeah. We'll be back on the next Tuesday at 3 p.m. as well, and our next Wealth Date. You can get the details of the Wealth Date via the link in the bio, or even if you want to comment Wealth Date in the comments when this gets shared to the grid, we'll send you a link for more details. And the next one will be coming live from Lisbon, actually, on the 6th of March at 7:30 in the evening, which is UK Lisbon time. Myself and Hayley will be together because it's just before our Magnificent Money retreat, and so we're really looking forward to seeing you from there. But yeah, do let us send you more details, and let's see you there. Thank you so much for showing up here for yourself, for us, and for money each week. Feel free to share this on any and all platforms, and let us know your experience, and let us know what you want more of. And thank you, Hayley. It's always a joy to see you and to be. I'm very grateful.
Thank you, Hannah. Beautiful beings, for being here, and we shall see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Big love. Bye.